This one I kind of wanted to see because I haven't played Diablo 3 in a long time, but apparently is like doing something crazy with it.
Hey folks, this is Rhykker, and the preview for upcoming Diablo 3 patch 2.7.5
Oh, and of course, this is Insane Diablo 3 Season 28 preview with Rhykker.
just dropped. This is the patch for the upcoming season, which can't come soon enough. We've been on the current season forever, and in this video, we're gonna get my live reaction to it because I
I
hear
haven't
it's
played it in a long time.
one of the biggest.
Let me move my face 1 second. Uh, this one? Yeah. Okay.
D3 seasons ever. It sounds like the team wants to go out with a bang because this is probably the last season before Diablo 4 launches. I'm sure they'll keep running seasons after D4 launches, but they know a lot of the player base will move on, so this is the going away party. This patch will be hitting the test server next week. I'll definitely be checking it out. And again, in this video, we're going to go over the new season mechanic as well as any balance changes. You can find everything in the description below if you want to skip ahead to different timestamps. But before we move on, just a quick word from this video's sponsor, NordVPN. A VPN is an important tool for keeping your data secure and encrypted on the internet, and I don't dare connect to public Wi-Fi without first enabling my VPN. Be it on a phone or a laptop, whether I'm at an airport or a cafe, I turn on my protection before connecting to that public Wi-Fi, because you never know who may be snooping around trying to steal your personal data, because that Wi-Fi network named Cafe Free Wi-Fi can actually be anyone using their phone as a Wi-Fi hotspot to trick you into connecting to them. Turn on your VPN, and now your data is getting encrypted before going out. You can also use a VPN to get around region block content by picking a server in a different country, and NordVPN has over 5,400 servers in 59 different countries. And it's so user-friendly that you're basically one click away from hiding your IP or browsing the web from a different country, and one account lets you connect up to 6 devices, be they computers, phones, tablets, you name it. So take control of your internet experience today with NordVPN. Right now you can get a 2-year plan at a huge discount plus 1 additional month for free when you go to nordvpn.com/Rhykker. And it's risk-free with Nord's 30-day money-back guarantee. That's nordvpn.com/RHYKKER or click the link in the description below. So diving in here, Nephilim, we welcome you to our 7-day PTR. That is short. That is one of the shortest PTRs we've ever had. Wow. For the 2.7.5 update.
Probably because they're not going to change anything.
First, we'll need your help in testing the Rites of Sanctuary seasonal theme, Primordial Ashes feature, and changes to both class skills and items. Whoa. They have not changed class skills in years. Relatively early, I believe it was in the life of Reaper of Souls, the devs seem to have decided we're not going to balance around skills anymore. We're going to balance around items. Basically, oh, this skill is underperforming, here's an item that buffs it, as opposed to making core balance changes. So, season theme plus Primordial Ashes feature, that's an entirely separate thing. Only 7 days? Really? Take time to acquaint yourself with these patch notes. We have some substantial new features in store.
I think, to be fair though, with Diablo 4 coming so soon, it's like it coming out is going to be like the real PTR. You know what I mean? They may make bug fixes and stuff, but I think the content is not going to change, and they're probably not going to have the manpower that they do now. Probably.
PTR focus and details, they say this every time. The PTR has specific unique buffs that help you test things out. You get XP faster, you have easier access to items, and it sounds like the biggest changes are coming to the monk. Skill changes for the monk class, item changes for barbarian, demon hunter, monk, necromancer, and wizard classes. So rip witch doctor and crusader. New season theme testing, the Rites of Sanctuary. All right, so season 28 Rites of Sanctuary. This looks like a new thing, possibly a reused asset, maybe from the blacksmith or something, but nonetheless, this is certainly new in the game world. We're traveling deep into the mysterious ruins of the Festering Woods. That's an existing location. Amid a hunting expedition, citizens hailing from New Tristram stumbled across an ominous altar carved from an archaic material, that's the altar, bearing cryptic markings, shaken to their core
like a D&D
by the
thing.
eldritch aroma of the monolith. It's not a monolith. Monolith means one rock, but that's okay. They've enlisted the assistance of brave Nephilim, willing to investigate this sinister discovery that was once left to time. The Altar of Rites. Home to power thought to be extinct from Sanctuary, the Altar of Rites will bestow these mystic forces upon worthy Nephilim. ... after a sacrifice is offered. Upon arrival at the Altar of Rites, players will see 26 icons called seals. New UI elements! We have not had new UI elements in, I can't even remember. Something about the way Diablo 3's UI is hard-coded always has made it very challenging for the devs to make any kind of changes to the UI. This is exciting. 26 icons called seals, and 3 legendary potion powers. Take a moment to
I wonder if they're going with like PoEs, like how their potions can have abilities when they do things for a set amount of time. I'm curious to see if that's what they're kind of gonna try to go for here.
Familiarize yourself with the elements below. How? It's just icons.
It's just gibberish.
So Altar of Rites. It's a new UI. Next offering. That looks like a common debris, but presumably it means something else. So 0 of 10. Once you reach 10, you can hit sacrifice, presumably. These look like icons from Diablo 4. This looks like the dungeon icon.
Talent tree.
Oh, look at this down here. Oh, it's like a half Diablo skull, half angel with a Nephilim in the middle, maybe? I'm wondering if the A, B, C, etc., if that is in the UI, or if those are just labels right now for things that they will describe.
I would assume labels.
After, but
it'd be weird if those were there.
There's different paths. Oh, at the bottom, these must be the 3 legendary potions. So maybe you start off over here, and it's like a skill tree that you're building through? What have these mad lads done? Okay, they do have the table of contents, or the legend, rather. Seal A. Okay, your kill streak timer...
Oh wow, they actually put what the seals do. That's pretty crazy. Kill streak timer duration and reward bonus are doubled. Pools of reflection last for entire season. That's actually pretty cool. They are not removed by death. Items have no level requirement. That's really cool. 200% damage. Damn. Missile damage reduction, movement speed uncapped. Elite or damage against elites is 15%. I mean, that one's... Oh, plus 200 damage. I thought it was percentage. Never mind.
Duration and reward bonus are doubled. Whoa, hold on. Is this like a new Paragon tree? Once you got the 10 sacrifices.
I think it's like way better than a Paragon tree. In a sense, like Paragon is just like an uncapped as much power as you can. This is like actual changing how the game will play.
Yeah, it's like a new form of a Paragon tree, isn't it? Your kill streak timer duration and reward bonus are doubled. The kill streak is basically as long as you kill enemies within a period of time, you get massacre bonuses. And the massacre bonus, once it ends, will give you a nice chunk of bonus XP. So this gives you a longer time to get those kill streaks, more forgiving, basically, and double the bonus. This is going to be really big for leveling. Although I imagine... No, there's no way 1 to 70 this will make a difference. Massacre bonus leveling is the fastest way to level from 1 to 70 if you are practiced and efficient at it.
Yeah.
But this is probably going to be more for Paragon farming. Okay, B. So now we're branching. You get to choose. Pools of reflection last for the entire season and are not removed by death. So again, this is more XP farming for Paragon. Top tier players have tactics whereby they specifically go farm pools of reflections in known locations before doing their XP runs. C. Items have no level requirement. Oh, that's cool. So that's just helpful for leveling an alt. Very nice.
Yep.
Instead of having to go and use the Gem of Ease and the cube recipe.
I think most of these would help alts, other than like the first one, like you mentioned. That's like probably mostly going to be Paragon. Though to be fair, I mean, it's going to help you level also in general. Like it's just going to be overall an experience boost. It's not going to be crazy, but it will be helpful.
Recipe to create a set of gear to level yourself in 30 seconds. You can just do it. D, plus 200% damage. Well, that's a no-brainer. One of these things is not like the others.
I told he did what I did. It's not percentage.
Wait, it's plus 200, not plus 200%. Okay, that's actually not that great.
Nope.
Okay.
Good for ults, but kind of shit for max level.
Okay, that makes them more balanced, actually. Plus 200 damage is huge for a level 1 character. For a level 70, it's maybe a couple percent increase, if that. E, plus 25% missile damage reduction. Okay. F, plus 25% move speed uncapped. Now we're talking. Okay, that's now the biggest one. Uncapped, presumably meaning you could go above your cap. Currently, the game caps you at 25% move speed on your gear plus Paragon, that is. So this means you can go 25 beyond the cap. That is big. G, hold on, F was right here. Okay, we're on this branch now. So that would mean...
So it seems like the left side was like ult, while the right side is for like after Paragon.
Items have no level requirement. Okay, so you'd have to first take that one for leveling.
Other than the B and C.
Increase damage against elites by 15%. That's actually useful for
everyone
GR pushing. H, picking up health globes grants a shield for 5% of your max health for 7 seconds. Max
Not
5
bad.
stacks. Yeah. There are builds that do focus around spawning health globes. Well, actually, I think those largely have gotten nerfed over the years, haven't they? Nonetheless, if you're speedrunning, you're still dropping a ton of health globes. There are builds that revolve around having shields. There's the Squirt's Necklace Amulet that makes you deal double damage so long as you don't take damage. And if you're taking damage to a shield, then that's fine. It's as long as you don't lose health. So this is really good for Squirts builds and Wizard builds in general. Wizards use shields a lot. I, 25% melee damage reduction. So between I and E here, let's see, I is over
that's
here
just
and E is over
overall
there.
25% damage
You're getting
reduction.
some nice buffs for support builds,
Yeah.
Yes.
Well, no. Damage reduction across the board would help anyone, I think. 25%, I mean, that's not a huge amount, but it is a decent chunk.
J, increases your highest elemental skill damage bonus by 10%. All right, opportunity to squeeze out a bit more damage. And then K, increase damage against elites by 20%.
With the other one, that's freaking 35%.
Oh,
that's
man,
a ton.
so this is 1, 2, 3. So for GR pushing, I is your support, J is your general clear, and K is your Rift Guardian killer. L, 10% more damage. Well, that is pretty straightforward, and obviously, that's a nice damage buff right there. M, double the amount of... oh, but hold on. The L comes right after the I. Ooh, okay. I wonder how much of this we can fill out. Is it going to be uncapped, where we can eventually get every bonus?
I have a feeling that's not going to be the case. I think they're trying to go with Dragonflight's talent system, where it's going to be a limited supply of points.
Or is there going to be a finite limit? And how difficult will it be? We're going to learn all this. All questions will probably be answered by the end of this vlog. M, double the amount of death's breaths that drop. We're over here. All right, that's good for farming rifts. N, critical hits grant resource. Yo. Okay,
that's
looks
crazy.
Like a little amount for everyone. That's very interesting. So,
because back when I played, which was a while ago, like I had a crit build. So that would be insane.
I think critical hits are a really cool mechanic in games. I dislike the combination of crit chance and crit damage as affixes on gear. Why? They're so powerful together that you pretty much always want them. So when you're not making choices on your gear about what to get, when
you're just trying to get the one that has the actual crit chance, crit damage, and like something else that is somewhat beneficial.
The choices always will obviously get crit chance and crit damage. It's not interesting. But I think there's a lot of interesting things that could be done with crits, whereby...
I think, I would agree with there. I almost wish your class had like a base crit chance through skills and stuff, but you couldn't increase your crit chance through gear, only crit damage. I think that would be more interesting.
If you crit, you also cause effect X. We have some of that already built into D3. So now here's something else that happens when you crit. So you could, in theory, have a crit build that focuses on this. And this is something that could also be potentially interesting for a support build. Normally supports don't care to get crits, but maybe there's some support build. I'm not terribly familiar with the support builds. Maybe there's some support build that is very resource thirsty. And so now you'll want to build for crits in order to maintain resource. Oh, double the amount of bounty caches that...
I wonder if that would work with like witch doctors and reapers with their minions, like with the minions crit. Would that also give them resources?
A drop from completing bounties. O is all the way over here. All right, well, that means doing fewer bounties. That's nice. P, progress orbs from Nephilim and Greater Rifts are picked up automatically. Okay, that's a nice little quality of life
Yeah, I think that shouldn't even be a talent or whatever they want to call it, or seal. I think that should just be in the game.
feature. Q reduces the damage taken from elites by 25%.
With the other damage reductions, that's actually really like tanky. Not gonna
Over
lie,
here, okay. R
because that's overall what, like a 50% like maybe less than that because they're not exactly stacking, but
plus 15% damage. Okay, so the damage buffs are getting better and better as we go. Started off just against elites, then a flat damage buff, now a higher flat damage buff. S, gain immunity to crowd controlling effects.
that's really
Very
good.
nice. A
Yeah,
lot of builds already have this by having their super buff up at all times. You know, if
yeah.
you're a barbarian or if you're a demon hunter, but not every class can do that, so that's nice.
That, and it will let you try other builds, like if you had to do that build because of the crowd controlling effect.
T, gain passability. Presumably that is the same as
Moving
the
through
boots that let
enemies.
you walk unhindered through enemies.
Yeah,
U, pets pick up Death's Breath. Hey, people have been begging for this for years. All right, pets pick up DBs. Very nice. Elite packs drop one additional progress orb. Interesting. Okay. W, increased damage done to bosses by 25%.
that's really big.
Now, presumably that includes Rift Guardians. Yes, that's got to include Rift
Yeah, so if you have the 10% damage, the 15% damage, and that's
Guardians, because this is the same as the
that's what 25 plus 25, 50%.
Bane of the Stricken. That's very strong. W, wow. X, pets pick up and salvage common magic and rare items. Pets pick up
That's
and
crazy.
salvage common magic.
That's gonna save a lot of people time. Like, I think that's probably gonna be the #1 sought after one.
Magic and rare items. Wow, that is the quality of life people are looking for. Running out of materials happens because we're not picking up these anymore. So to just
Yep,
automatically converting them into materials.
that's really cool, dude.
Wow.
I think I'm gonna actually I might come back and play Diablo. I don't know if I'll stream it, but like, this seems really cool.
Why? Increase your dodge chance by 15%.
Then again, I don't know because I think I had Diablo on my PlayStation. I don't think I had it on my computer. I'll have to
So
check.
far, that's the weakest one. Like this line is incredibly strong. 15% dodge chance. I mean, it's nice, but it doesn't seem like it compares to the rest.
That's
Early
true.
on, folks, in Diablo 3's life, early on, dexterity gave dodge chance rather than armor. So
Yeah.
the dex classes, Monk and Demon Hunter, rather than have additional armor, they gained dodge chance. And what ended up happening was
It's pretty OP.
the community didn't quite like this, especially in the hardcore community. It was frustrating because while in softcore you average things out, dodging 50% of the time, taking 0 damage 50% of the time is equivalent to just taking 50% damage all the time. You have the spikes, you have those damage spikes, and you can have bad luck where you get hit, as opposed to hit, miss, 50% of the time. And so for hardcore, you just were at a huge disadvantage by being a dex class because you would get those huge damage spikes and just die, whereas armor was a more reliable source of damage mitigation. So they made that change, I believe, before Reaper of Souls launched, to make dexterity give armor rather than dodge chance, and now there are very few ways to gain dodge chance in Diablo 3, so now we just have a flat 15% chance to avoid all damage. Z, double the chance to find a legendary item purchased from Kadala. Ooh. Okay, that's nice. Now we have the final, well, not the final, there's one final one after that, but the near final, the penultimates. Potion. When you drink your health potion, you manifest one of 3 runic circles on the ground that grant increased damage, increased cooldown reduction, or increased resource cost reduction. Well, this sounds familiar. We had a season in the past where the season theme summoned these circles on the ground that I believe did exactly this. So, yo dog, I heard you like season themes, so we've put a season theme in your season theme. Second potion. When you drink your health potion, all enemies within 25 yards deal 25% less damage. Good for the support builds. Potion 3. When you drink your health potion, gain a random shrine or pylon effect. Nice. Okay. So it seems like first potion is for GR pushing if you're a damage character. Potion 2 is for GR pushing if you are a support, or rather just if you're a support, period.
Yeah.
Potentially, you can also, if you are playing solo, maybe you want to go for that. Probably not. You'll probably be better off with the first one. And then if you're doing speed content, you probably want the random shrine or pylon effect. And then the last one, when a primal item drops, a second random primal item drops
That's
as
crazy.
well.
Yeah.
Well, okay. You get 2 primals for the price of 1, and that caps off your Altar of Rites. Very interesting. And
I think some of these, they shouldn't have put in as seals. I think that just overall quality of life ones should have just been added, and they should have added something into those. I don't know, maybe more dodge or something like that. I don't really care, but I kind of don't like that some of these that are really quality of life ones were added into this.
I think the first thing that strikes me is I don't want to just beeline for the last thing, which
Yeah.
I think is good. It's understandable but slightly disappointing whenever you see some kind of a tree to build through, and it always feels like the optimum strategy is to just beeline for the last node. Yes, primals are the best items in the game, but they are not so much better than well-rolled ancients that you would want to drop everything to get as many primals as possible. And I like that. It's also not useless. You do want this, but you're not going to just get there as fast as possible just for the sake of getting it. Okay, so this is insane. Let's see what else these mad lads have in store for us. How seals and potions work. As you can see, after unlocking the first seal, the order in which you unlock additional seals and obtain their powers is entirely up to you, and which powers
Okay.
align with your character's build the most. Once a seal or legendary power is unlocked, you'll immediately receive the seal or potion's power, and will have the ability to unlock connected seals or potions once you have the required materials.
So you need to have the seal and materials to do it?
Unlock powers apply to all your characters and last for the entirety of Season 28. Okay, so it's for every character. I was initially hoping that we can decide per character. However, if you could eventually get all of them, then that's fine. You don't need to personalize them per character.
Or
Like
reset
Paragon
it?
points, for instance, you can personalize per character. Now it seems you'll want to tailor
Like
it
if
to
you can
your
reset it,
main
it's whatever.
character. I wonder if you can respec it.
Yeah.
How to unlock seals and potions. It'll be no easy feat, especially after multiple sacrifices. So it gets more and more challenging every time. You'll find yourself rummaging across sanctuaries, slaying scores of demons hell-bent on preventing you from acquiring the Altar of Right's full power. Players must gather materials listed
Oh, it even gives you a bit of lore. That's pretty
in the
cool.
Altar of Right's menu. Oh, so it is supposed to be. Oh, it changed. Yes, okay. That was common debris. Now this is something else. I see. So you got to get the material listed and sacrifice them in order to gain a seal
They say material, but I wonder if it's going to be like gear also.
or potion's power. In addition to receiving the power, after unlocking, you'll notice the generic text previously displayed has been swapped with a small story scrap about Sanctuary's tumultuous past. Oh, that's cute. Regardless of the order in which you unlock seals and potions, the cost will increase as shown below.
Oh.
Study the cost of each sacrifice and theorize where within Sanctuary you can find some of these rare materials. So 10 reusable parts is easy peasy. 2. 1 flawless diamond or greater, 15 arcane dust, 20 reusable parts, super easy. 3. 1 GR key, 10 death's breaths, super easy. But basically what we're seeing is you can start unlocking these while you're still leveling 1 to 70, right? Some of these are that easy. But assuming you are a level 70 character, any class-specific set helm, easy. 5. 20 Forgotten Souls, 10 Kandaren runes. Okay, so 10 of each bounty material. So easy, but this will take a little bit more time now.
Yeah.
1 Leoric's Regret, Vial of Putridness, Idol of Terror, 1 Heart of Fright. These are the materials for doing the Ubers. We have reason to do the Ubers again. It's actually going to be easier to do this, I think, than get these. But regardless,
Time-wise, yeah.
I'm thinking about this more long-term. Like, once you are a fully geared level 70 character, how easy will it be to farm these? That's very easy. Reaper's Wraps you get from Malthael. That's a drop from Malthael. Rather, you get the recipe, and then you can just craft them. So again, pretty easy. 30 Forgotten Souls. This is just putting in time to farm up the 30 souls. The Blood Shards, same thing. So far, these are all very, very reasonable prices. 1 Flawless Royal Ruby, 20 DBs, a Ring of Royal Grandeur. You get this from doing Act 1 bounties. So again, these are all reasonable costs.
Yeah.
11. Okay, now that's a lot more bounty material, so you got to do a lot more bounties. Flawless Royal Emerald is easy enough. 12. 20 GR keys, 1 Ramalandi's Gift. Again, quite reasonable within the context of having a fully geared level 70 character. All this can be done within a day, if you have the time to put in, of course. 1,300 blood shards. The cost is getting steeper, but again, reasonable. 1 petrified scream. You're a little bit at the mercy of the RNG drop.
I was gonna say that one's like, I'm looking at it, I'm just like,
there, but
I got pretty unlucky when I was farming.
You're going to be sacrificing the scream. You're not going to run it. Instead, you're going to. And in fact, you might not even know what petrified screams are if you've been away from Diablo 3 for a while. Petrified screams were the season theme a couple seasons ago. They open up Echoing Nightmares, I believe is the.
From what I remember, wasn't it just like normal rifts in a sense?
The name of the realm that they open up, and it's similar if you played D3 way back in the day. The Realm of Trials, it's similar to that. You're in an arena that is enclosed. Monsters keep spawning in waves. You got to kill them, but it's more interesting than the Realm of Trials because there are more mechanics. Pylons spawn, things happen. There's
I could have been thinking of the Realm of Trials when I saw that. So
combat mechanic effects spawning.
Like I said, it's been a while since I played. I could have been thinking of something completely different, to be honest.
On the ground to dodge, and you get rewarded with a special kind of legendary gem that you can use only for empowering your gear. 15 Challenge Rift Cash. Okay, again, it's pretty easy, but you can only do this once per week. You can only get a Challenge Rift Cash once per week, and you don't want to do this week 1. Week 1, you want to use your Challenge Rift Cash. So that means, let's see, season launches on Friday. Challenge Rift resets early the next week, so people aren't going to be getting to 15 on day 1, that's for sure. Even the pros, I don't see them forsaking the original Challenge Rift Cash just to get this on day 1. 250.
There's definitely going to be people who do it. Like, I don't know what Rhykker's talking about. There's definitely good people who want to max out this thing on day 1.
Forgotten Souls, that's a lot more. That's going to take time. So we're slowing
like,
down
it's not going to be the most efficient, but, you know, it's good for the clouds.
Here at 16. Now, let me see. 16. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. So if you wanted to beeline for the primals, you could have. But you could also be beelining for things that make it easier to get these. I think that'll be my strategy. I think I'm going to go for the things that make it easier to get the required things. 1,400 blood shards, ancient hellfire amulet. So now we are farming the Uber bosses enough times to get an ancient hellfire. 1 in 10 chance every time you craft a hellfire amulet for it to be ancient. Still pretty easy to do. 19, never-ending questions. Huh? Oh no. Oh no. This is an item that can drop from monsters in set dungeons. No. Yeah, it can drop from any unique monster in set dungeons. Okay, this is the first one that I hate. Y'all gotta stop making us do set dungeons. So, set dungeons are not... Set dungeons, in theory, are a good idea. In practice, most of them are terrible because the objectives that we are given necessitate that we severely nerf our build. And that's not fun. It's not fun to play a super gimped version of your build and to feel like you're failing because you're too good. It doesn't feel good. It's not fun or enjoyable to fail at something because you're too good. You do too much damage, your build is too fast, it's too powerful, it's just not fun. They fixed this, I believe, with the Necromancer set dungeons, so I guess go Necro if you don't want to be miserable running your set dungeons. All right, 20. Ancient Puzzle Ring. Pretty easy. You'll get that eventually. Of course, you're sacrificing an Ancient Vault. 50 Kandaren Runes. Okay, so now 50 of the bounty material. That's doing a lot of bounties. It's doing a lot of bounties, but still, this is... I would take this over Never-Ending Questions any day. 21. 500
he
DBs,
really does not
300
like them.
Forgotten Souls. 22. 1,500 Blood Shards. 23. Whisper of Atonement, rank 125. So a Whisper of Atonement is what you get from a Petrified Scream. So once you finish a Petrified Scream, you get a Whisper of Atonement. Depending on what wave you are at, that'll influence or that'll directly affect
The
what rank Whisper of Atonement you get. Again, a Whisper of Atonement is a legendary gem that does nothing except for substitute a legendary gem of equivalent rank in the Chaldeum's Despair cube recipe. 24, any augmented weapon. That's actually really easy. So again, you use your Whisper of Atonement to augment, but you can augment with a level 1. Well, sorry, not level 1. You can augment with a low-level legendary gem, no problem. 25, Staff of Herding. Oh boy. Okay. I might have found something worse than the Never-Ending Questions. Ooh boy. The Staff of Herding is a craftable item in D3. This is what you used to use, or I guess it's what you still use to get the Whimsy Shire. No one bothers doing it because they introduced Whimsy Dale, which is effectively the same thing. Yikes. So to make a Staff of Herding, you need to find a number of very rare things in the game. The Black Mushroom, Leoric's Shinbone.
This one. I mean, I've farmed it, but I think it took me like 3 days.
Spell, Liquid Rainbow, and probably the rarest of all, the Gibbering Gemstone. This is, I think, where people are going to get stuck. I don't see a casual player getting past this. 26, 1,600 Blood Shards, pretty easy. Okay, Primordial Ashes now. We don't know what this is. What is a Primordial Ash? Uncover an ancient legend, unlock all seals. Oh, we get Diablo's wings finally.
That's really cool.
So if we unlock every single seal, you'll receive a reward truly fitting an unstoppable force. The Wings of Terror cosmetic. We recommend you unlock all seals and potions within the Altar of Rites, not only to inspire terror within your foes, but also to piece together the fragments of Sanctuary's past. Right, the little lore snippets, okay. Primordial Ashes feature. So we're adding Primordial Ashes. At the blacksmith, you can now salvage a primal item for 55 Primordial Ashes. Oh,
okay.
Well, that's easy. We also added a primal item recipe to Kanai's Cube. It'll cost 100 Primordial Ashes and any non-crafted legendary item. Wait, what? A primal item recipe to Kanai's Cube. Wait, you can craft? Hold on, what does that mean? It'll cost 100 Primordial Ashes and any non-crafted legendary item, and it's gonna turn it into a primal? Deterministic primals? That is so cheap.
That's actually crazy. Like, yeah, no, that's really nice.
One primal gives you 55, so you just salvage 2 primals, and let's face it, all the primals you get are useless. So you turn your 2 useless primals into 1 primal that you want? Everyone's going to be running full primals this season.
Yep.
Rather, okay. The top players are going to be running full primals within a week. And that also means that this is going to be very accessible. So again, the most expensive things. Staff of Herding, the #1 most expensive thing. #2.
But that's also 25. So it's just 2 shy of like maxing out your thing.
Will be Never-Ending Questions. I think those will be the trickiest things to get. And
super RNG. Yeah.
Part of the reason is everything else, just about, maybe apart from the Hellfire Amulets, but pretty much everything. No, you know what? Even the Hellfire. The Staff of Herding and the Never-Ending Questions are the only thing that grinding these is completely useless to you. By which I mean to get any other...
It's not really good experience, yeah. Or like good for getting gear either.
Material? You're doing stuff that is helpful for you in other ways.
Yeah.
You're either getting XP, you're getting item drops. It's somewhat part of regular gameplay to get almost everything else on this list. Staff of Herding, you're going to be... it's just pure RNG runs. So you're going to be doing speed content for no reward.
You do get that 25%
and similarly
uncapped
with the
movement.
never-ending questions, you don't get a reward for doing the set dungeons. So really 19 and 25 are going to be the most miserable in my opinion. Everything else is very reasonable. All right, on to the skill changes. Wow, I am blown away so far. This is... Imagine if we had gotten seasons like these throughout the lifetime of D3. Imagine if this was your average.
I mean, hopefully this is like a preview of what D4 is gonna have going forward. Like, in which case I have no problem paying for their battle pass or something like that if they're bringing out this level of content.
Average season patch. How amazing a game D3 would still be considered today. Okay, monk skill changes. Combination strike, passive skill. So, previously, each different spirit generator you use increases your damage by 10% for 3 seconds. Now, each spirit generator you use increases the damage of your other spirit generators by 100%.
That's crazy.
For 10 seconds.
That's really, really good.
That is a massive buff to combination strike. Wow.
Yep.
There were previously dual generator builds for the monk. I believe these are the ones that would actually use the... Well, they definitely use the Shenlong set. I think it would be the actual generator monk. Yeah, the generator monk was a duo generator monk. So this is now double damage to the duo generator monk. I think the Raymond generator monk is currently A tier. Doubling your damage bumps you up a tier as a general rule. So we might have Raymond monks up in S tier in the coming season. Crippling wave skill, that's a generator. Every third hit also dazes enemies within 11 yards, slowing their movement speed by 30% and attack speed. So it was a nerf. Now... it also dazes enemies within 11 yards, and it's for 10 seconds. Okay, so they've extended that to 10 seconds.
It's not that big of a
difference.
difference.
And the concussion rune also increases the nerf to 10 seconds. So that's what it is. Basically, all the 3 seconds move up to 10 seconds. That's a nice buff. Deadly Reach, another generator. So this is full-on generator monk season. Changing the 5-second buff to a 10-second buff. Makes it easier to maintain these. Very nice. Same thing here. 5 seconds to 10 seconds. Okay, so yeah, I'm expecting Generator Monk, Raymond Monk, S tier for the next season, but we'll see in testing, of course. Item changes. Horde of the 90 Savages. Frenzy deals 2,000% increased damage per stack. Again, this is doubling the damage. I believe the Frenzy Barb is currently B tier. This will bring him up to A tier. A nice buff, but probably could have done a bit more. For the Demon Hunter, the Chan and Bolter, no one uses this, so what are they doing with it? Previously, it would make Spike Trap lure enemies to them. Now, it lures them and makes your traps deal up to triple damage. Okay, the Demon's Demise, that's another unused item.
I don't know
Previously,
if it's going to be
the blast from Spike Trap will damage all enemies again after 1 second. Now it does that and does triple damage.
Damn,
okay,
so really
are they trying to make
traps.
a trap Demon Hunter work? Natalia's Slayer, that's the set... one-hander. This cannot be put in the cube. Increases spike trap damage by 10 to 15%. That's nothing. That's not enough to make traps work. Also, this is a weapon, this is a weapon, and this is a weapon, so you can't have all 3. You can only have 2. 1 in the cube, 1 equipped. And right now, Natalia's Slayer is losing out to the other 2. Natalia's Vengeance 2-piece. Oh man, they are completely reworking Natalia's. They're trying to make a trap hunter a thing. So instead of reducing the cooldown of Rain of Vengeance, now, hitting an enemy summons a spike trap if it's on your action bar. Each spike trap detonation restores 1 discipline. Interesting. 4-piece bonus, no more Rain of Vengeance. Now, laying a spike trap grants 60% damage reduction. The 4-piece bonus is generally where sets give you your damage reduction, and it's on the order of about 50%. So this is good right here. The duration of this bonus is always equal to the number of already laid traps in seconds. Interesting. Natalia's Vengeance, the 6-piece. So it's no longer just universally dealing 14,000% more damage after casting Rain of Vengeance and taking 60% less damage. Now, spike traps deal 10,000% increased damage, and each consecutive blast from the detonation chain reaction will deal 10% more damage than the previous blast. Okay, Trap Hunter might be a thing. Interesting. This is a fully new build.
Yeah, that with the other ones like seems to be pretty crazy. Maybe that's why Natalia's Slayer is because it's part of the set. I don't
Fully
know.
new playstyle to try out for Demon Hunter. That's big. That's big. Okay. Okay, now Trag'Oul's Coils, which is not a Necromancer item despite Trag'Oul. Spike Traps, instead of just doing pretty much nothing, gain the Scatter Rune, are deployed twice as fast, and deal triple damage. Yep, they're all coming together here. Okay. Oh, and then look at that. A surprise buff to the UE set 6-piece. This is a massive buff. So previously it was 350% increased damage per point of discipline. Now it's 1,700. That is 5 times more damage. And that's the kind of buff that UE needs. 5 times more damage.
Per
That's going to be a
point.
jump of about 2, maybe even more tiers. Multi-shot UE is currently in B tier. This might bring multi-shot into S tier. This is a good season for Demon Hunters. Then the Monk, Patterns of Justice. The damage buff is increasing from 15,000 to 20,000. Patterns of Justice currently B tier, and this is not enough to bring it into A tier, I don't think. Again, in general, doubling your damage makes you go up a tier. When we say a tier, we basically mean about 5 Greater Rifts. So if you double your damage, you can generally take on content about 5 Greater Rifts higher than where you currently are. This is not a doubling. Okay, and then Raiment, Dashing Strike spends only 25 Spirit. Okay, this is harder to quantify, but this certainly plays into the Raiment Generator build. Again, Raiment Generator probably going to be S tier. Hopefully this makes the build a little easier to run.
I mean, I'm all for them just doing all across buffs. It seems like that's what the case. I haven't seen a single nerf, which to me is just better. Make the things that weren't that good better versus, making things that are good worse.
But that's definitely something to test. So Raiment Generator fully needs to be retested. The Spike Demon Hunter, completely new build, fully needs to be tested. UE has always been one of my favorite builds. It's just really fun. Glad to see it getting huge love. Then, for Necromancer, the Masquerade set, getting a damage buff.
That's a decent damage buff.
Gain triple this bonus. Didn't they used to have this? So Masquerade currently sitting in C tier. This is going to bump it up to at least B, if not A tier. Then for the Wizard, the Typhon set, double damage. That's a jump of 1 tier. Typhon build currently in B tier. This will bring it up to A tier. All right, and that covers everything. That is massive. This is the most exciting Diablo 3 season.
That was way more than I expected. I'm not going to lie. It kind of sucks that I just checked and I have Diablo on my PlayStation. I don't really want to reset that all up just to play this. I might, to be honest. I really might. Man, I think I will. Because I just checked. It's not on sale. I have to spend like $50-$60 or whatever just to get the game if I wanted to play this on my computer. Which isn't really worth it. I'd rather just buy Diablo 4 at that point or pre-order it. Man, that kind of sucks. Like, I really want to play this, but I don't want to buy it again. I don't know. I'll see what I can do there. But either way, like, this is really, really exciting for, like, people who are into Diablo. Like, and I haven't played it in a long time. I'm actually really looking forward to this. That's really cool. I like how they did this. I missed, like, almost every season. I don't know if there's other seasons. I doubt any of them were like this, based on how excited Rhykker is. And actually, I started seeing his videos because of Diablo 3. That's how I got to know his content. So he has really good videos on Diablo in general.
Ever the biggest one. I'm trying to think if any even comes close. I think it's fair to say this is the biggest season by far. Again, PTR goes up on the 31st of January. Only 7 days though. Only 7 days to test. That is not nearly enough time. But I turn the question to you folks. What do you think? Sound off in the comments with...
I wish it came out already. I'm not going to lie. Like, I wish they didn't even have a PTR. Just release it as is. Because at this point, I don't think it matters whether it's going to come out like buggy, broken, whatever. Because Diablo 4 is like right around the corner. It's like, what, June? Something like that. So I mean, it's whatever. Looks really cool. Definitely want to try it out. I may end up having to set up my PlayStation just to play this. So yeah.